Hey guys, welcome back. This is part two of the Hamilton Beach that came to us from Brazil to get a full restoration. As you see, we've got everything powder coated. Um, some of the stuff that I normally don't powder coat, this was just so bad, as far as rust and everything else on it, that we sandblasted it and powder coated it with chrome powder coat. And it does have a clear coat over it, which kind of takes away from the chrome look, but it's still got a nice silver look to it. You see how much pitting there actually was on it and stuff, but it looks way better than it did. Also, this piece here, we couldn't bring this back really, so we powder coated that in the chrome powder as well. This is the color that we put on here. It is Illusion Cherry, and you can see, hopefully you can see in there, the illusion effect of light and dark. It's really hard to get it to show on camera, but hopefully you guys get an idea of the effect of that. And also the knob on the end, it is a little bent where the threads are, so it's got a little wobble when you tighten it. And I do not have another one of these to replace it with, but being that this was the owner's grandmother's, I do want to keep as many original parts as possible, and I didn't want to really try too hard to straighten this out because it would end up just snapping off of there. But this was pretty rusty as well, so this is now powder coated with the chrome powder coat. So what else? Okay, we've got a different field coil going in here, and we've replaced this part here. This right here is the original one that we got back on here the right way. Put a capacitor back on it and just covered up these leads where there was some nicks in the coating. But anyways, this is ready to go back in. And we've got another armature that we're going to replace the original armature with. We do have a handle that's going on there. It's not perfect. It's got a little chip out of it on the back here, but it's the only handle that I have right now, and compared to the one that came out of it, which apparently this thing was used a lot in in a household. He said his grandmother made everything with this, and it got dropped a couple times, and that brings me to another thing for support on there. I'd seen this on there, and I thought this was a good idea that somewhere Hamilton Beach had come up with for extra support for the handle. It's a little metal strip that was underneath there, and they're talking to the owner. He said this is something that his grandfather fabricated. Every time he fixed the handle, he had to have something to carry. So he made this piece here, which goes in here like that. And obviously that's pretty cool piece. It's pretty ingenious to be able to make something like that up. But being that his grandfather did it and it was part of it, I want to put this on the new handle that we're putting on here. And the only thing that we haven't done anything with yet is the beaters, and I'm going to figure out what to do with those later. But for now, I just want to get the rest of this put back together here. So yeah, this is an interesting transformation here. If you remember what it looked like in the first one with it had another coat of paint on top of it. It was a pretty good paint too. I mean, this thing was horrible. The sandblast, that paint did not want to come off of there. But we did end up eventually getting it all off, and we're able to get it clean up and powder coated. And we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna start putting this back together. If you guys are ready, we'll turn on a little music and get right to it. this one all wrapped up now. This wasn't as bad as I thought putting it back together. I mean, after replacing everything, I had gone and just reused the original capacitor, but turns out this thing has a dead short in it, which you've seen me testing in the in the earlier part of the video. So we won't replace this with another capacitor, and now it seems to work fine. And I also, being that everything was black on here, there was no other white left on here, I did get rid of the white brush cast and I put a set of black ones on here just for cosmetic appearance. We still got to do something with the beaters here, clean these up a bit. I mean, they're not going to be perfect, but they're going to be better than what they are. And this one right here seems to rotate around freely on its shaft here. It's not locked to the shaft like that one. I can hold the shaft still and move it, so I'm going to have to try and find a way to pin that on there. If not, I mean, it'll just clang a bit, but the beaters are timed and all that. We did check that. So let's go through, let's run it through the speeds, and let's see if this thing still works. You can't really hear anything above the clatter of these beaters, so I'm going to go ahead and just pull them out. Alright, now we'll run it through the speeds. And it runs through all the speeds just fine. I did check on the cord. I talked to the owner, and he said that their voltage there in Brazil is 110, and they can get adapters. So I put a regular 3-prong grounded cord on here, and he's just going to get an adapter to fit their wall fittings there and plug that in. The metal piece is reinstalled back underneath here, even though it didn't need it. It was something that his grandfather had made for the handle on here, and I thought it was just pretty cool that it was, I mean, it was a nice made piece. So I put that back on there, and this is the finished color. I'm having a hard time keeping my fingerprints off of it. I'm gonna have to really get a good wipe down. But let's see if I can zoom in and get you guys to really appreciate the color of this here. Hopefully this is focusing. Anyway, there you have it. The turntable is also, I mean, it was pretty pitted. It had a couple layers of paint on there. We had all the paint off, and it was pretty pitted, and we just did it black. I mean, we got it bearing all freed up. It was, really sticky and stuff, so we got that all freed up. Got new feet on the bottom. Not really much else to say, other than it looks completely different than when it came in here. We're going to get it packed up and ready to make its way back to Brazil. I think it's going via Traverse City, Michigan, and then down to Brazil. But we're going to send back some of the parts that came out of here with it, like the old handle and all that. But anyways, if you guys have any questions or comments about this one, just leave them down below, and I'll get back to them as quick as I can. I try to get to them pretty quickly. I mean, I check all the time. I get notifications on my phone when there's a comment or a question. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, and then click the bell down there so you can be notified of any other videos. And I'll put the link to the teardown of this one, or it wasn't even a teardown because it was already tore down. But part 1 of this video, I'll put the link down below so you guys can see that. Appreciate you guys watching, and all the views and comments and all that. And we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.